The biggest mistake you can make is to build your home in other people, because when you build your home in other people, you give them the power to make you homeless. It's the reason you end up feeling so empty and lonely after somebody walks away, because everything that you had within, you invested in them, hoping that they will make a place that is welcoming for you, that they will give you all of that stuff in return, in reciprocity, because why wouldn't they? That's what you were taught from a very young age, is that the better you are to people, the better they are to you. But that's not how life works, and I'm willing to assume you learned this the very hard way, where you invested so much of yourself, your life, your energy, your time, your love, your kindness, your everything about you in somebody else, and they ended up walking away from you as if none of it meant anything at all. So if you've been through that, I'm sorry. And I have an answer for you on how to build a home within starting today. I actually wrote a whole book about this, but I'm going to give you a mini crash course so that you can have practical steps to do today. The most important thing is to be honest with yourself about where you currently are. Have you been self-abandoning? Have you been acting as if you genuinely love yourself? Have you been acting from a place of self-worth? It does you no good to pretend to be somewhere you're not, because you can say, I'm somebody who knows my worth, but if you don't live by your worth, then you are somebody who logically knows your worth, but there's something standing in the way of you acting by it. So you tell yourself, I'm somebody who wants to learn how to actually act on my self-worth. That's the road to home, is to work on your limiting beliefs, your mental scripts that you've learned from a very young age that say, I don't deserve love, I have to earn love, I'm not enough, I need to perform so that people can love me, whatever it is. Now you're at the place where you can start building that home within. Two elements of a very strong foundation for your home that you have to spend time on, because if you don't, it's literally like building a home without a foundation. It's going to be vulnerable to bad weather, erosion, any kind of factor that's going to try to move it in some way, break it in some way, will affect it. So you start with a strong foundation of self-acceptance and self-awareness. Self-acceptance isn't about saying, when I become this person, then I accept myself. You accept yourself right now as you are. There are versions of you that were abandoned by the people who should have loved you when you were younger, and you think that healing yourself will come by you rejecting those versions of you even more and being ashamed of them. No. You don't build yourself up by breaking younger versions of you that were already broken by other people in your life who should have built you up and loved you when you were younger. You have to love those parts of you and accept them and say all these things that everyone in your life has made you believe, that unless you change them, you're not worthy of love. I'm going to love them about myself. The self-awareness part is being aware of what your triggers are, how you react. For example, when somebody confronts you, when somebody tries to express their feelings to you, what is the reality of how you actually operate in the world? Once you build that strong foundation, now you start building the rooms in your home. There's the room of self-love, forgiveness, compassion, clarity, surrender. There's the dream garden outside where you think about what you want to do with your life, career-wise, dream-wise, passion-wise. How do you actually want to live your life? And the fence that you imagine around your home, those are your boundaries. The gate doesn't just open to anybody, and the front door doesn't just open to anybody. You have to be willing to protect what you have within so that nobody can just walk in and rob you of everything that you have. So that nobody can just walk in and make you believe that your place is so trashy that, hey, come to my place, come to my home, come to my world, leave your life behind and come to mine. That's going to be so much better. A person who is good for you will never force you to leave your own home behind so that you could just completely melt into their home, into their life. They won't do that. They will build a home with you. And while I'm on that part, in my newest book, The One Who Broke You Can't Heal You, if you already read Welcome Home, I have a whole chapter on the foundations of a home with another person. How do you actually build a home with someone? I hope this crash course helped, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.